Hello, and welcome to Belting at Windmills, a proud member of the Doof Network, where we're experiencing James S. A. Corey's novel series, The Expanse. I'm longtime Expanse fan, Elliot Diebold.
And making my first journey up the well, I'm Rupert Morehouse. This fortnight, we're continuing our coverage of Abaddon's Gate, covering chapters 26 through 32.
Albert.
What happens this fortnight, Elliot? Everyone's very injured, or some of them Anna makes injured in these chapters. So everyone is kind of starting their long journey to recovery, and some are taking it more willingly than others. Bull is refusing, I guess. But also, there's still a solid amount of book left. So, everyone's pretty injured and fucked up. But, we've still got like a third of the book left. So I'm assuming there's more horrible shit coming up. So don't get too comfy, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. I also like Holden was probably the only POV character who didn't come into this set of chapters horrendously injured, but the
Yeah.
Martian Marines help him along. So that's
Yeah,
nice.
he's I guess more legally injured at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
Rather than physically, or I guess Melba's kind of physically and psychologically injured.
Melba's just in trouble.
We'll talk about that soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, let's get to it. But yeah, first of all, we start with Bull in chapter 26. He was the one character we didn't see after the slowing 2.0 last time, so we catch up with him now. He's waking up in the medical bay, and Sam, our old friend Sam, basically catches him up on what we already know. Everyone's in the tractor beam, but things are also pretty bad for Bull as an individual. He's got like a broken spine and some swelling in there that basically means he's looking at paraplegia if things don't heal right, which, because he's in zero gravity, is more likely than not.
Yeah, and not to mention he doesn't want to rest. He wants to keep pushing himself against medical advice.
Yeah.
Fine. I kind of get that instinct, although I, I think it's a mistake here, Bull, but, relatable, I guess.
It is, but also I think facing like complete paralysis from it's basically like the nips down, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think that'd be enough to get to me. I don't know. I'm not as much of a badass as
Get
Bull.
to you in the sense that you would, like, chill out for a bit and
Yeah, I'll go
rest.
full catatonic. Yeah, like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Mel like
yeah.
Melba when she's in the cell later.
Yeah, sure,
Um,
sure. You just need a Tilly to kind of pull you out, I guess. Um, yeah, but so yeah, I'm glad Bull survived. He's obviously been in a bad way. It's so interesting. Whenever something happens to Bull, I feel like I feel like we haven't gotten yet to the point of Bull being here as a character. You know what I mean? Like, I've enjoyed Bull's chapters, but nothing that's happened to Bull I felt that we needed to see through his eyes as opposed to Melba, Anna, or Holden. I mean, I guess especially um, Melba in terms of like seeing what's happening with the OPA, and Anna in terms of seeing what's happening with the kind of planetary expedition, right?
yeah.
So
Oh, well,
every
Melba
time,
was sorry. Melba was technically the planetary. Like Bull's the OPA. I'd argue.
yeah, no, that's what I mean, right? Like
Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Melba was there. All the things that Bull has known, Melba and Anna would also have known at some point, right? And so
Sure.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of like, every time something happens to Bull, I'm thinking like, I wonder if this is the thing that they wanted to do with Bull. And now that he's like getting so grievously injured, I'm kind of curious if this is like, because this is quite a unique and interesting situation of a military man who's like really get the job done vibes, being pushed physically into a situation where he kind of can't do that, and I think refuses to accept that he can't do that. I think that's quite an interesting little bit of story for us to get to in the last half of this book. So I'm kind of very eager to see where it goes for Bull.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of been talking a lot, I think, in the last 4 episodes about how determined Bull is to just see the mission through, kind of no matter what. And
Yeah,
this is a fun hurdle to throw at that character.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right.
Um, I also just think it's kind of funny that, like, obviously we saw Melba and Anna in our last episode, and they're like, they weren't doing well, which is a given for Melba mentally, but
Mm.
um, like, I guess Bull is the one where out of the 3 of them, you kinda like, well, if we need one of them still, like, active and contributing, you'd pick
Mm,
Bull. So, of course, in the
yeah,
story,
yeah.
who's the one that gets completely fucking annihilated? It's Bull.
Yeah, that's interesting. But he's not. Uh, it's a good challenge for him because he's a character that I think you can easily imagine him expressing himself very physically as a way of
Yeah.
like expressing his power and things, right? Like his communal power in the ship.
He has a sense of presence.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
seeing, I mean, I guess we're jumping ahead a little bit, but in the future when we're seeing the way that he now expresses himself kind of through screens or through other people, it really is an interesting challenge to change the way that he has to interface with people. I just think it's very yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting scenario to put him in.
Mm, mm. I also want to call out there's this bit where and it's before he even realizes like he's paralyzed. So like I think it's separate from that, but basically he sort of wakes up and it takes him a second to realize because he's in zero G that he's lying down, he's not standing up, and his like
Yeah.
inner ear like has a mini meltdown and he gets vertigo for a second. And I know why, but this was just extremely easy to picture. I could kind of map it to like times when you get vertigo when you're a bit drunk or something.
Mm.
It's just one of those little like living in space isms that adds so much to the story for me that it's just like, yeah, I guess that would happen to you if you lived in like negligible G.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, totally. This like yeah, I don't know, like weird disorienting that I could never really experience unless I maybe fell asleep underwater. I don't know. But it's cool. A lot of
Yeah.
cool
Also,
weird things happen in space, huh?
I haven't read the book, but like I saw the movie of Ender's Game. Like,
Hmm.
have you ever experienced that story?
No, I have not.
Basic part of the premise is the reason they're training kids to be space fighters
Hmm.
is because like adults are too set with the idea of like gravity based fighting, so they take the
Yeah,
kids out to
sure.
space pretty young because the
Yeah,
idea is like the extra plasticity. They're better at
yeah.
like just natively growing up with like zero G tactics and
They
stuff,
don't have
and
too many preconceptions about all this stuff. Sure.
yeah, yeah, and I think like yeah, like we've seen a little bit of like belters saying that sort of thing about Earthers, and this just is like a great example of where I'm able to relate to the Earther. It's like, yeah, I'm very attached to the concept of like the direction my foot is in is down,
Yeah.
um, and it would throw me for a loop to have down be completely arbitrary.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, there's also, I mean, it's very funny how we kind of find out what's happened to Bull before he does, because he basically the doctor starts talking to him and he just fully tunes out, and the narration's just like, oh, the doctor was saying something about network regrowth and zero gravity and spinal fluid. Bull wondered where Pa was. If she was dead and
Mm.
Ashford was alive, it would be a problem. It's just like so funny that like if your doctor says the word spinal, I feel like
Yeah.
you pay
Spinal's an
attention.
important enough word that you should probably pay attention to it. Yeah.
It's just so funny that he's still thinking about like the intership politics. Oh, so
Yeah.
no, intraship politics actually. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Um yeah, no, I was I, I kind of was hoping that we'd see either Ashford or Parr have died in this, and I guess we'll resolve that soon because I think I was wrong when we find out what actually is going to happen. It's very cool. Um, I I had the thought of like, I wonder what it'd be like to be forcing Bull to get into this XO position if Ashford or Parr dies, and I guess we're going to see effectively that soon enough. But no,
Yeah.
she's Pa's struggling. She like flips out on Bull. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's people are having a hard time.
I think that's the everything stress, but I also like it. Like basically, the moment she snaps at him is when he's like, she says she gets it, and he keeps explaining, and then
Mm.
she's just like, I don't need another fucking idiot man telling me stuff I already know. And then like it cuts to like Ashford screaming at someone in the background, and it's just like, okay, cool. So like we know who she's extra mad at.
Yes, yeah, yeah. You're right. It's quite a clever little. way of demonstrating how fed up she's getting with Ashford ahead of what's going to happen in the next Bull chapter.
Yeah, I like because this trio has had an interesting dynamic for like most of what we've read so far, and like it's just funny how Pa fucking hates both of them
Hmm.
for different reasons. I think that's what's really fun, but she doesn't like either of these men.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, Bull tries to kind of connect with Pa, and mixed result as all of his interactions with Pa tend to be. Um, but he eventually has an idea about how the behemoth can be a key player in events going forward now, because basically everyone needs gravity to heal properly, and they're in the one ship that was designed to artificially spin itself and create that.
Mm. Yeah. Good move. I mean, yeah, it's fun to for him to remember what this ship originally was before they kind of commandeered it, I guess.
And yeah, like just the whole first 2 to 3 episodes we covered was about Bull getting Sam to like mount the rail guns
Mm.
on the outside of this ship. And now they're done. He's like, get them off. Like, actually, we need to rotate. Take everything off. This is such a shit show.
Yeah. I love this moment later on in this chapter where Sam and Bull are chatting, and the quote from Sam is, "Maybe I'm not at my cognitive best here, sweetie, but are you asking for something?" This like funny, condescending line, but also like Bull's so fucked up, so she can't not be nice to him. I loved it.
I think, yeah, that we've seen Sam like a bunch of times. I think when we were first introduced to her in Caliban's War, it was sort of like, oh, she like is easily underestimated. It's just like to me, it's like this intrinsic part of her vibe of just like I don't know, coming across as nice and polite or whatever, but it's like there's actually kind of like a ruthless, super intelligent person behind it.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
I also really like Bull's thoughts here about how vast space is. Like, well, I mean, or particularly, basically, it's going to take months at the new speed limit to go from like where they are now to back to the ring. So, and they can only do that in the little shuttles that haven't been caught in the tractor beam.
Mm.
Um, so it's just this funny sort of. Everyone was complaining about how small this space was not that long ago, and now it's just like, oh, actually, like thanks to the speed limitation, it's giant again.
Yeah, Bull reflects on this stuff a fair amount, doesn't he? He has a
Yeah.
similar train of thought next chapter about how their parameters keep changing. I think it's fun. It's a very fun, like practical way for Bull to see the world in terms of how do humans respond to distance. I guess.
Yeah, because part of what he's talking about is like the whole of human evolution has been about like making travel faster and more efficient, and so then we can reach further, and that's how we got out to the ring or whatever. And now they're in here, and in a way, the slow zone has kind of put them back in the Stone Age, which feels like an apt metaphor for like technologically what the proto molecule keeps doing to us. But
Mm,
yeah, it's just like now they're just sort of sitting here, and it's like, oh, we're just as helpless as our ancestors, would have been in a disaster like this 10,000 years ago.
mm,
Actually, probably
yeah,
more so because they were on Earth and knew what they were doing.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, our next chapter is a Melba chapter, and she's basically hopping between all these ships that are now starting to orbit the ring station, making her way to the most specialist of the ships, the Rocinante.
Mm.
Um, she's basically just taking her time, jumping from ship to ship, enjoying fantasizing about torturing Holden as she goes there, just like normal stuff. Um, and it's not at all her thinking about torturing Holden to distract herself from all the bad things she just saw and has done.
Yeah, the thing I really liked about this is, she's heading to the Rosie, but we as the audience still have no fucking clue
what it looks like.
what it looks like what happened to the crew. And so the fact
Yeah.
that we're going to learn about that, I was so excited when I kind of realized that we're going to learn what's happened to the crew through the lens of Melba trying to kill them or finding them dead. And I was just like, man, this is so juicy.
It's great as well because, like, you can't be relieved because even if we find out they're all relatively fine, it's like, well, but I can't be relieved because she's here to kill them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It was very fun.
this chapter's also full of just some classic Melba-isms, and I'm just never gonna stop calling these out. Like, she's wearing a mech suit throughout this whole chapter, and she's thinking about how she's going to use it to break into the Rosie through the weak part where that proto monster blew it up last book.
Mm.
And she thinks to herself, the mech hadn't been designed for violence, but it was suited for it. That made her and it the same.
She just wants a family, Elliot.
I know, like, it's just the amount of Melba narration that is just her desperately trying to relate to fucking anything. Like, um,
Yeah. A discarded mech suit. Oh, Melba, you can do better.
somebody on our like Reddit thread called out something that I don't think we really like noticed as well, which was like there's obviously such delicious irony in Melba being saved by the fact that everyone thought she was Julie, because like she's trying to get to what her dad thought of Julie, like she's trying to be the Julie she thinks existed, and it's funny that actual Julie kind of saved her life again. Um,
Mm.
and it just like, yeah, I don't know. I just there's gonna be more quotes later where she thinks about her dad, and it's just I just will never get sick of these Marvel quotes where you read it and you're just like, how can you just think that with a straight face? Like,
Mm.
honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like Melba's entire character, though, right?
Yes.
Is those distilled moments.
And it's good. I love it every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, she makes it on board the Rocinante. She breaks in. She heads to the reactor because she wants to start an overload. But Naomi's already there doing repairs. So the two of them start brawling, but also like in between brawls, they're taking turns like hacking in to the Rosie's. It's like space chess boxing. But then just as it looks like Melba's about to win, Anna comes in with the electric chair and zaps the shit out of Melba with a taser.
Phew. Perfect timing. Yeah, I love this little moment though when Melba gets on board and she's kind of infiltrating the ship, and she's kind of congratulating herself on how much she's actually learned about how to be a ship engineer, and then her train of thought just kind of hitches and gets derailed when it crosses Ren. She's like, "Oh nope," and then she stops thinking and just gets back to it. I thought that was a really fun moment.
I actually didn't notice that until like I read your note here and went and found it. It's such a great fucking call out. She's just like really lost in her own thoughts, and then Ren comes up and it's just immediately like no brain off. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
yeah, it's good stuff.
Um, sorry, I've just got another Melba quote I pulled out here, which is basically as she's trying to choke Naomi to death. She sort of has like, oh, I can't stop because then she might like weep or beg or cry for mercy, and if she does, I'm not 100% sure I can go through this, and I have to do it. And then sympathy is for the weak. Her father's voice whispered in her ear. It's like she's just the damage that's been done to this girl by her father is just truly immeasurable.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're going to finally start unpicking that, given
Yes.
how these chapters end, right? Like, I don't know if anyone can help unthorn that knot. Then, yeah, I think it's Anna. I mean, we'll see. I guess.
Yeah, if I needed some sort of religious counselor, Anna would be top of my list. So like it's a good get by Melba.
Yeah.
Um there's also just another after Melba's been tasered, but she doesn't yet realize she's been tasered. Naomi says like, "Who are you?" And Melba thinks to herself, "I am vengeance. I am your death made flesh." And then Anna from behind her is just like, "Hi, I'm Anna."
Good day. I'm Anna.
It's just- and it's like the end of the chat. It's just such a fucking funny end to the chapter that like edgelord Melba is here being like, I am your death made flesh. And then behind her, the girl who just like tasered her is like, hi, I'm Anna. Like, nice to
Mm.
meet you, Naomi.
Oh, poor Anna. I mean, sorry, poor Melba. She'll figure it out. She'll figure it out. I have faith. I'm really actually quite excited for the Melba redemption arc. I mean, we'll get to that soon, I suppose.
Yeah.
Focusing on this chapter. You know, we've just learned Naomi's alive. We think Melba's killed her. Then nope, she's still alive. And then Melba's about to kill her again. And then Anna saves the day after like fucking launching through space like Princess Leia with a taser. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's such a well executed moment. Like I love it because you just sort of like, oh, how are they going to get out of this one? And then it's like, oh, actually, we did know Anna was right behind her. That's right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I didn't expect Anna just like jumping through space after her is crazy enough to make me forget that that's
Yeah,
what she
yeah.
was gonna do. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that because the next chapter is an Anna chapter and it picks up immediately where this one left off. So like we basically see the second half of this conversation with Naomi from Anna's point of view. And
Mm.
she's like tending to Naomi's wounds and basically catching her up. Like Anna got out, realized where Melba was going, and just kind of followed her. And because it took a couple of hours, she started to come down from the amphetamine high she was on, and was like, "Hey, this might have been a bad idea." Um, it's just I guess we'll have more to talk about with this later, but Anna is like constantly making these really impulsive decisions, and I love how the amphetamines made her like even worse for that. And so she gets a couple of hours into a space chase before she's like, "Was this a risky idea?"
Yeah, and then she still stands by her theory later in her next chapter that humans just launching themselves out into space is a good thing. I mean, I guess like she did save the day, so I guess that
Yeah, it
makes
worked.
sense. But still,
Yeah. Yeah, no, let's talk about that more in her next one. But yeah, like we're really laying on how fucking impulsive Anna is. And speaking of, she and like Naomi get so caught up chatting and like attending their own wounds that they kind of forget that like Melba's still alive. So Melba basically wakes up and starts
yeah,
using her mech suit again.
they really didn't properly incapacitate her, did they?
Yeah, it was like, well,
Yeah,
we did it. Like
yeah. Whoops.
But yeah, anyway, so basically this turns into a round of alien isolation.
Yeah,
With
no. To me, it was like a Terminator chase sequence, but then like if the Terminator kept fucking themselves up over time, which I really loved. Like they're so terrified of Melba, but from our perspective, she's like kind of literally sacrificing her limbs and then figuratively sacrificing her limbs, I guess, at the end, all in the pursuit of like, well, of Holden's girlfriend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a great demonstration of how she just would never have let go of her quest. And
yeah,
she's just finding more and more tangential reasons to keep it going at greater and greater cost to herself. It's like, yeah, oh man, Melba, just give it up. You did good. Like, quit while you're ahead.
you're right. I actually love that call out that like from Anna and to a lesser extent Naomi's perspective, like Melba is this insane assassin who's like really competent, but we've been inside Melba's head and we actually know she's the hottest fucking mess anyone's ever seen. Um, so like Anna has every right to be afraid, but also like as we see Melba kind of getting frustrated, making sacrifices, we're like, oh, you guys are gonna be fine. She's falling apart. Like this is actually great.
Hmm.
But it totally makes sense that like Anna isn't gonna know that, so she's freaking the fuck out.
Well, yeah, and then we get the literal scene of like you're hiding in the closet while the monster's coming to get you. And from Anna's perspective, she's about to die, and then suddenly Melba just stops. But of course, we know that Melba's tripped her thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and so when she runs out of seizure juice or whatever the fuck, you're like, oh wow, Melba, you've just like basically
Fucking
killed
idiot.
yourself in desperate search for this like offshoot of your plan. It's so tragic.
Yeah, it's Melba Melba's original plan was so good, and some of the follow up has like I think she's a good planner, but like just an absolute dog shit improviser
Mm.
because she really gets tunnel vision in the moment. Um. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you haven't played Alien Isolation, have you?
No, but it's about hiding from a xenomorph, right?
Yeah, when you often hide in lockers, like this,
Yeah,
like
sure.
this is genuinely straight out of Alien Isolation, except in that the alien just kills you.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, we leave we leave them for a little bit, and jump into Bull's Head again. He's back on the Behemoth, and he's trying to like bring everyone together. Basically, he has Monica starting up like a radio show. The refugees are all piling on board because they represent the one ship that can actually help people like heal wounds, and just generally he's doing a good job of bringing everyone together.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, he's doing good.
Yeah,
He's focusing on unifying the communities, and it's a good move, right? Like he sees that humankind has just suffered a pretty horrible thing, or these humans in the slow zone, and so
yeah.
it's an opportunity to kind of unite them. And I think it's a really clever move.
Yeah, and I think like it's super fascinating because Bull has generally been the character who we've gotten the cynical side of, like, as everyone was going into the ring, he's like, "Fuck, we're such an embarrassing species."
Mm.
Like we're going into the ring bickering, like we're just a bunch of fuckwits. Um, but like under that is also this belief where he's like, okay, cool. Now that there's not like competition, and now that everyone's been injured, I can like use the other like humans are two things. They're competitive, but also they like seek comfort in each other, and like we can activate that second one now that everyone's been fucked up.
Mm.
Um, like I don't know, I just find it a kind of fascinating duality of humanity, and Bull's like the perfect character to get it through. Of like, yeah, like everyone's going to be petty and shitty or whatever until something actually goes wrong, and then you can kind of bring everyone together.
Yeah, like it's an this disaster is an opportunity to kind of build a bit of a bridge between all these different factions.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like everyone's been humbled by like the proto molecule, the ring station. I don't know what to call it, but like
Mm.
yeah, it's sort of like now that now that everyone, even Cortez, has been humbled, we can start to actually get people to stop focusing on their own bullshit for fight. Well, mostly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll see.
Like the general trend is a lot better than it was, 10 hours ago.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
Ashford tries to get in the way of it, but
yeah.
it goes pretty good.
Um, but yeah, and this is where he has the really fun thoughts about like how it's also easier to get people to flock together and be a community now that they've essentially been reduced to the Stone Age thought, sort of like nobody can leave, they're all trapped.
Mm.
It's sort of like easier to force them to be a community.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of at gunpoint,
Yeah,
in the sense
yeah,
that they're stuck in the slow zone. But hey, if it works, it works.
yeah. Take what you can get with humans.
Mm.
Um, I do like as well that he gets the news that Holden's been captured, and his first thought is basically, if any one thing had the potential to destroy the fragile cooperation he was building, it would be the fight over who got to hold James Holden's nuts to a Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
I just like I love the discrepancy between like Holden from Holden's point of view and then Holden from like people who haven't met him's point of view. Um like obviously there's Melba, which is like an odd exception, but like Bull is just like this fucking guy needs to just stop. Meanwhile, like we know Holden's over there being like, I didn't even want to come here, but I've been forced by cosmic forces. Like, I don't know. It's just always funny.
Yeah. Yeah. God, everyone in this story. I mean, such crazy things happen. How can you not kind of take it personally after a point? I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we'll get to Cortez's thing later, but like, I think Holden went through probably one of the most justifiable "I have been chosen by an alien entity" arcs that I've ever seen, and I think Cortez is quickly going to try and follow that up with one of the most legitimate "We have come to the lair of the devil"
Mm.
arcs. Like, it's a surprisingly reasonable take. Um, but yeah, we'll get there. I mean, for now, basically, Bull is trying to negotiate for custody of Holden with the Martians, but it gets interrupted by Ashford and like a motley crew. Um, Basically, Ashford is mad that he's taking the rail guns off, even though they can't fight. Like, it's just so fucking stupid. But anyway, Ashford's mad at him, and Bull manages to make enough sense that Pa finally agrees to mutiny, and she has Ashford locked up. And still seems to hate Bull and tells him to go fuck himself as she leaves. But progress.
Yeah. No, I think that's progress. And yeah, this is what I was referring to before when I was saying I think this is a much funnier way for Bull to get thrust into new situations than Pa or Ashford dying. Ashford and Pa both being alive and Pa needing to to mutiny against Ashford because he's such a fuck up is wonderful. I loved it.
Yeah, but also she still fucking hates Bull. Like, I think what's so
Yeah,
funny about
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
like
They're not
they
allies, you
they
know.
keep ending up on the same side because both of them are sensible,
Yeah,
but also like neither of them. Like, I think Bull kind of respects Pa, but that does not seem to be mutual.
yeah, yeah. No. um, but also, I mean, our discussion question this fortnight was about the ships that should exist from this book. Um, and now we've met Dr. Sterling, who is one of my favorite characters. I don't know who I'm going to ship Dr. Sterling with, but basically anybody. This line, can we please not assault the patient with the crushed spinal cord? Because this makes me very uncomfortable. I really loved it. It really made me laugh. So, Dr. Sterling, well done. You've ascended. You should be a point of view character next book.
Yeah. There's just this whole scene of like Bull still managing to rage bait Ashford into attacking him while he's paralyzed. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, and we didn't even really talk about actually. There was that like I think the interesting thing about Bull as a character is I keep finding that like he talks sense and he does the right thing, but he's also just he is kind of not the most likable person.
Mm.
So particularly, there's a bit where he just throws this sort of racist insult at Ashford and Pa, um, where like he basically comments on their head size because Belters like have larger heads, but he's sort of like, well, at least Pa's isn't empty, um, and it's just kind of a shitty thing to say, but like, and just kind of like hurts his own eye. It's like the one point where I'm sort of like, oh, Ashford has a point there. Like it's like Bull's just such a fascinating character because it's just like, what are you talking like shut up for 5 minutes because you're on the right side. Why are you sabotaging this?
Mm. Yeah. It's a fun dynamic between these characters.
Yeah, it really is. But anyway, we cut back to Holden, who is being taken off the ring station by the Martians, and they don't injure him, but they also don't really go out of their way to make sure he's not injured.
Yeah, this chapter is Holden stuck on a ship while interesting things happen to everybody else. Poor guy.
Yeah, but he gets to suffocate for a bit, so that's like
Yeah, that's fun.
that's
That's
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually, like after some time in holding on the Martian ship, he's taken in for questioning, and that's a pretty smooth process because it is James Holden, so like, kind of an open book.
Mm. Yeah.
There's a great line here where he's sort of like, "I'll tell you everything," and the Martian captain's like, if that was anyone else saying that, I might not believe them, but like, yeah, okay, yeah.
It is the world's easiest interrogation. To all you need to interrogate him is just a video camera and a feed to the galaxy, and he'll literally tell you anything.
Yeah. Hey, as long as you promise to live cast this, I'll say whatever you want. Like,
Yeah, are we streaming right now? Yeah. No, it's good stuff.
yeah. But yeah, so it goes pretty quick. He just tells the truth because again, Holden. So there's not actually really much for us to say there because everyone knows what happened. But yeah, so they put him back in what sounds like a really claustrophobic holding cell. Um, and he basically waits there, and Miller shows up, and the duo were able to resume their chat. So Miller is like, "Yeah, I can disable like the slow dampening thing going on, but to do that, I'm gonna have to reopen all of the rings.
Mm.
So let me know if that's what we're gonna do.
I mean, is that a good idea or a terrible idea? What's the trade-off, right? So you'd get access to be able to fly your ship around again, which I guess is good if everyone wants to leave. Um,
Yeah,
but I don't know that I would. If the slow zone turned off, I don't know that I would trust everyone to just leave. I just think it wouldn't happen, right? So, um, I don't necessarily think that's a good idea. And then the benefit is, sorry, that's the benefit. The cost is you open a bunch of rings, and who the fuck knows what's going to be on the other side. It doesn't
yeah.
feel like a good deal to me, but
It's
I,
been potentially a billion years since those have
yeah,
been open, and again, like since the thing that killed the cosmic super entity that made all this shit. So like
yeah.
that thing's also had a billion years at least to get better at its job.
I mean, maybe it's died off if we're being optimistic, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I feel like, unfortunately, I feel like it's a lose-lose situation to accept Miller's deal here, but somehow I just have this feeling that it's going to end up happening.
I mean, from a narrative standpoint, the idea of opening all the ring gates is so fucking juicy. Like, how mad would
Yeah,
you be if
yeah,
the authors didn't even come close to it? You know, like,
yeah.
um,
No, I know. I mean, I'm sure Holden's going to have to talk to. I mean, wait, yeah. So I guess Holden tells the Martians everything, but then that's before this scene of Miller telling him this.
yeah.
So we don't necessarily know that Holden has told people about this yet. I suspect he probably will. So that'll be fun. I suspect we're going to see a scene of him telling it to Bull soon enough.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that'll be a fun interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a very fun moment, like because again, this is a very claustrophobic cell. So like Holden barely fits in here himself, and so halfway through the conversation with Miller, it like occurs to him for the first time that like he sees Miller, but Miller is in a space that is actually like wall, and
Mm.
so it's not possible, and his brain starts to like melt down as he's trying to reconcile the fact that he can see Miller in a space that a person can't be in. And Miller's just kind of like, "Oh, can you please stop doing that? Like, it's so annoying." Like, do you know how much harder this makes it to like beam into your brain and fuck with it on a quantum level?
Yeah, I mean the space that they're in is too small for Miller to be here, so it kind of freaks out his brain, which I think is great. Um,
Yeah,
we get a little quote from Miller that about reforming here. That time is hard to navigate for him, and I'm just like, my theory hasn't been confirmed yet, but my theory that Miller's messages that got through to the other side of the ring were like distorted by time. It's starting to feel more and more
yeah.
realistic. So I guess we'll see how we go.
I specifically didn't pull that quote out because I was like, "Oh, Ruben's got that one."
Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. No, I guess we'll see. Um, but yeah. Anyway, that's where we leave Holden for now. Still in his holding cell. And we jump back into Melba, who's also in a prison. These two are so alike.
Mm.
Yeah, basically she's not doing well, and I mean that's been the state for a while now. But obviously, like here, she's curled up in a ball, basically just ready to die. Um, and as if that isn't bad enough, it turns out she's in the cell next to Ashford, who is like wanting to team up, which like kind of explains the suicidal
Yeah, now
ideation.
that's a ship that I'd like to see. Am I
Oh
right?
God, yeah.
Um, yeah, but no, Melba finally has got just what she wanted. She's just like her dad. So congratulations, Melba, locked up.
I know. It's so fucking good. Everything about the Melba plot is just comedy gold. Um, I really love like this is how we see what's happening to Ashford after the mutiny. Like, I guess it's the sequel to what you were talking about earlier with like getting to find out about the Rosie crew from Melba's murderous point of view. So now we've got Melba having given up point of view, and we see like Ashford still on the sidelines, like trying to rouse his allies. Um, and like Melba just is so unengaged. So we're always finding out like in the background, but it's like, and he just comes across, yeah, comes across as a whiny baby. But like, I don't. It's just funny constantly getting to see these other characters who are pivotal to other POVs from Melba's perspective, which is just has such different priorities.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, there's also there is this bit though where she's sort of like she notices that Ashford's finally gone quiet, and she thinks to herself, "That's fine. He's annoying. My knees ache." It is. It's just a little like okay. I was just making fun of Ashford for sounding like a whiny baby, but like no,
They
yeah,
yeah, she really is just kind of like shut down, isn't she? She's not doing well. I mean, she is kind of like regressing to a childlike state, and
yeah.
we kind of see that explicitly when her childhood babysitter comes to visit.
Yeah, but wait, all this stuff going on, yeah, like you're right. She's starting to regress, and it's like she literally she's realizing that her plan has failed, and she's like, "Oh damn, my dad could have finally been proud of me if the plan had worked."
Mm.
Um,
Whoops.
which I know I know we're beating the like broken skeletal remains of the horse at this point, but like it's just every thought she has this thought. I think it's like when Bull's talking to her, she's like, "Oh, he has like a reedy voice. It's good for singing." Like, me and Dad, we were reed singers. Julie was a flute, and flutes always sound fake. And like, what are you talking about? Like, she's just so fucking
She's
insane. It's
lost the
so
plot.
good.
She's fully lost it, hasn't she?
It's complete nonsense, and it's so good. Like, because you're just reading it, thinking, "What the fuck is she talking about?"
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Anyway, Bull doesn't manage to get Melba to say anything. So he uses his secret weapon, which is Tilly Fagan. So
Mm-hmm.
she basically comes into the cell and comforts Melba and tells her that they found Ren's body. And yeah, between Tilly being there and having to confront the Ren of it all, Melba finally fucking breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, she fully breaks down. It's a good move getting Tilly to visit. Uh,
Yeah.
Gosh, this is a really fun scene. I guess I didn't expect. I don't know what I expected. I guess I expected Melba would die, but it's so much juicier that she hasn't. I'm really excited to see what happens next. And when we get the hint of Tilly getting Anna to visit, and then obviously that kind of gets explicitly said more next chapter. I'm just like, shit, man, this is so good. It's so juicy.
It is very fun. We've spent the entire book so far making this girl as irredeemable as possible, and just also
Yeah.
like, yeah, not somebody who you think could possibly have a future.
Well, I
Uh,
remember when we first started this book, I was like, okay, Melba looks like she's starting out as a villain, but I'm excited to see, like, she's going to turn around or whatever. And I think pretty quickly that got left by the wayside along with all the bodies of people that she killed. And so, kind of getting to the point where it looks like we're starting down the road of, I mean, I don't necessarily think we will get a redeemed Melba by the end of this book, but
yeah.
an exploration of that at least is fascinating.
Yeah, it's like a long road, but it's still going to be interesting to see some of those first steps potentially, or like kind of whichever way it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, I also again, I'm never going to stop calling these out, but basically Tilly kind of has Melba like crawl into her lap and basically starts stroking her head like she's a cat.
Hmm.
And Melba thinks to herself, this is the first human touch she could remember since she'd come to. The
Yeah.
first gentle one she could remember at all. And
Oh,
it
yikes.
it just it oh, she just needs so much fucking help, and I mean, I guess now it looks like she might get it if there's anyone who can climb her out of this hole, but, it is funny that it's Tilly to start off with as well, because Tilly is just she's a nice person, but she's also fucking unhinged. Like, she's this great quote where Melba starts confessing about all the things she's done. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna, like, puke." And
Hmm.
the only thing Tilly says to her is, "Trashy people puke. Ladies are unwell." It's the craziest
It's
thing to say
really
to
an
someone.
unhinged thing to say. But that's why Tilly is so perfect for this scenario, right? Is
Yeah.
like Melba clearly needs someone who is not just going to play into the like vibe that she's trying to, I don't know, yeah, like trying
Yeah,
to give off, right? Like Tilly is there to just kind of be crazy. And that's like what you need sometimes to snap you out of this type of thing, even
yeah.
temporarily. Like, I don't know, yeah.
You needed to be confronted by a different kind of crazy to recognize your own. Yeah. Um, we do get a quote from Tilly where I think it's like where Melba's like, I had to do it because he hurt Daddy or whatever, and Tilly's just kind of like, your father is a first class shit, like, and it's like, okay, like it is funny to know that like Tilly's a part of this world, but it's like, good, okay, she's not, she's not a lost cause,
Mm.
like. It sort of gives you hope for Tilly as a character that she's like, oh, that guy fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so we jump from there into the last chapter for this episode. We're in Anna's head. Basically, she has to wait for over 24 hours for the shuttle to come and get her from the Rocinante because they prioritize Naomi and Melba. But she has this great moment where she's like, "Well, the fact that I'm not being prioritized at the moment is probably a good sign." Like,
Yeah, it's true. Like, if she's fine enough to not be prioritized, it means, yeah, thank God. Okay, you're gonna live through it, Melba.
yeah, yeah. Um, but anyway, she eventually makes it to the Behemoth, and she's greeted by Cortez, who understands what's going on here. They're in the realm of the devil, um, which he then immediately clarifies is him waxing poetic. He doesn't literally believe there is a cartoon devil. He just believes that man's hubris has once again fucked them over, and uh, they should never have come here. And if the devil is consequences for man's wrong actions, like this is the realm of the devil. Um, but Anna completely disagrees. She thinks that human dissatisfaction with, I don't know, life and always reaching for more is actually what makes us special and is a blessing.
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, well, first of all, Cortez is very clearly humbled by this, and I kind of like that he's more down to earth. I think that's fantastic. It's the first time I've liked him as a person. Um, but like the reason that they disagree on this, in my mind, is Cortez did go through the ring out of arrogance, and so he is right from his perspective, and Anna didn't, so she's right from her perspective, right? Like they can both be right about this. Cortez was being arrogant, and I think like he did it because he wanted to be seen as this person who can like do these cool things and just kind of, I don't know, like express some level of cultural power to people. And Anna
Hmm.
did it because she wanted to see what was on the other side and reconcile that with her faith. And like, he should feel guilty. She doesn't have to though.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's like this difference actually comes down to just the difference in their individual reasons for being here.
Mm,
Um, which yeah, like speaks to their worldview. I guess I just kind of
yeah.
find it fascinating. Like Anna has this moment where she's seeing the behemoth for the first time, and of course, most of the decoration of the behemoth, like we have been getting reminded of this throughout the book, but I don't think we've been calling it out. But it's still very Mormon themed. Um,
Yeah.
and uh, Anna basically takes one look at this giant drum and is like, the entire idea of this place is arrogant and defiant and grandiose. And Anna loved it. And I guess I just find that fascinating to have as like a really strongly focused quote from the perspective of our like ministerial point of view character. Because I guess, arrogance isn't generally seen as a particularly biblical trait, I would argue. Um,
Mm.
so, yeah, like, like there's this story in the Bible about a Tower of Babel that like, feels like it's generally anti-building big stuff like this. Um,
Yeah, and just kind of opulence is like one of
yes.
the big things that Jeezy is against, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, there is something in this, like, search for the awe inspiring that is what religion is so much a part of. There is something so awe inspiring about big architectural or engineering projects, right? Like, I think that's
Mm,
why
mm,
big churches are so common, is because they are
yeah.
like, they are awe inspiring, and that's like one of the ways to feel I don't know, like a connection to the religious.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I think that's exactly it. It's just like, again, it really speaks to this way Anna views the world that, seemingly her and Cortez are going to get to dive into, where like she kind of sees this as like the human condition in a good way, whereas Cortez is like, we're a bunch of greedy assholes. And I mean, like they're both right, like you said. Like it's such a fascinating discussion to have because I really see both sides of this argument.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but anyway, Anna manages to ditch Cortez pretty quickly, and she finds the tent belonging to like that original member of her little flock that she made on the Thomas Prince. He's lost a couple of limbs, but he did it unconsciously, and also he blocked like a hole in the spaceship and saved lives, so he's getting a hero medal.
It's such a
Um,
funny thing to get a medal for.
yeah.
For
Uh,
accidentally being unconscious in the right place.
Yeah, and it leads to this great conversation between the two of them about the nature of heroism and what it means. Because also he's trying to tell Anna that she's a hero for what she went and did to Melba, and she's just kind of like, no, like I was just high on amphetamines, and then I missed with the taser, but got lucky and it hit the metal, which actually did more. But yeah, it's just kind of a great little chat here about what it means to be a hero.
Mm. Yeah. 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 No, it's a good chat about it. Especially because like the heroic thing Anna did, she was high for it. So I think it's just again it really makes it land quite nicely.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and I mean, like the quote. I think it's the guy who says this to Anna, but he's sort of like, heroism is a label most people get for doing shit they'd never do if they really thought about it. Um, and I love that. I love that quote. I think that's like a fantastic sort of thought piece quote. Um, but it also speaks to Anna's character so perfectly. Like Anna is constantly making impulsive decisions because she's like, well, we got to go see what's on the ring. And then shit happens on the other side. And it's like, it occurs to her after the fact, like, was this a dangerous idea? Like, she just keeps ending up in these situations. And it's like, yeah, okay, like Anna's heroism is absolutely defined by her not really thinking it through and then getting to the other side and being like, I may have bitten off more than I could chew with this one, God. Like,
And then having to text her girlfriend an apology for
yeah.
that exact thing. It's a classic move.
Like, I do love how you get to this point in the book and you can see exactly what Nono was talking about. With it's like, no, you do this shit all the time, Anna. Like, it's just like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like it's pathological. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so and also it's just worth calling out once again. Anna kind of spends 2 minutes with Cortez and is just like, I cannot understand this man. Goes and talks to a normal fucking human being and just like instantly connects with them. Like
Yeah.
that is always funny to me. How much Anna is just like, oh, thank God, a normal
She's
person.
of the common people, Elliot.
Yeah, and weirdly, also Tilly, who is the next person she
Yeah,
goes
who
to
is not
the chapter.
really a common person, is she? But fuck, they work,
No,
don't they? They work together.
I mean, like Tilly's funny because Tilly is simultaneously the most Karenist Karen that's ever existed, but like is aware of it and uses it and kind of seems to hate all the other rich, wealthy people, so she's likable. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's
um,
yeah.
T-
A
Tilly is
weaponized
both.
Karen is a very fun character archetype. There's a character like that on the show Shrinking. I don't know if you've watched that show, but
Yes,
it's
yes,
my
yes.
favorites.
Yeah, it's just funny how like Tilly both seems to be very deep in this wealthy society and would like never leave it, but also like kind of is willing to call it out for the bullshit it is. Like, yeah. Anyway, um, but this is yeah. Tilly comes up to Anna and she's like, "Hey, I need to ask you a favor. Like, you're gonna do this. I'll pay you back like however I can, but you need to help Clarissa." Um, and Anna kind of almost thinks about it for half a second, but then she's like, "Yeah, of course I am," um,
Mm.
because overthinking things is not Anna's character flaw.
No, yeah, I do like that she has to consider it, but like, of course she's gonna say yes. What else would she
Yeah,
do?
I like it's just such a perfectly Anna thing where it's just like, oh, yeah, like of course I like this is exactly the fucking void that Anna loves jumping into on repeat. Um,
Mm.
but this is actually within her forte of talking to people, as opposed to being on a spaceship in alien space. So this may be the least stupid impulsive decision she's made in the book so far.
Yeah. And God, am I looking forward to seeing it. I can't wait.
um, Before we go, I want to call out another great Tilly quote, um, which is basically Tilly starts smoking on this spaceship, which like Anna freaks out about, and Tilly's just sort of like, "Oh no, they let you do it here." Like lots of the Belters smoke actually. They obsess over air filters and then suck poisonous particulates into their lungs recreationally. It's a fabulous culture. Um, yeah,
Classic.
like it's such a great, and it's just, yeah, again, it just feels like it's just like yeah, that's the humans. Like, gotta spend my time obsessing over the air filters so that I can afford to smoke carcinogens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a funny observation from Tilly.
um, but anyway, yeah, so that's where we leave things off, I guess. Holden
Mm.
is in holding. Uh,
Oh, that's why he's called that. It's nominative determinism.
uh, Melba and Anna are gonna sync up, and then I guess Bull's gonna try and get well soon.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to see if he does next fortnight. I don't think he's going to get better by next fortnight, but you never know.
I mean, it depends. I mean, look, it sounds like they're going to be stuck in this space for at least a couple of months. So,
Mm. Yeah.
'cause they've
We
only got
could get
a
a
few,
time skip. Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, we'll find out in our next episode. For now, we've got a discussion question to get back to,
Mm.
where
Yes.
we asked everyone, what ships do you think should emerge from the series so far?
And we're not talking ships like the Rocinante. Did you already do that joke last time?
Yeah, I
I just
did.
had a flashback of you doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Um, yeah, no, there was some fun answers. Who did I really like? Well, here's one that I hated: Anna and Tilly. I don't love it. I feel like they're good as friends. Let's keep it like that. But here's one that I liked from I'm Easily Impressed. It was Bobby and the one security guard who helped her get acclimatized to having a sky. That was very
Yeah.
fun.
No,
And like outside.
I definitely felt that. Like that was a book ago, and as soon as I'm easily impressed, like said you and security guard who helped her, I was like, yes, I remember. Like, yeah, like that
Yeah.
chemistry was there for sure.
Yeah, totally. Um,
Um, I like they ship Holden and Miller in part because they think Naomi's too good for Holden, which like I
that
agree
is
completely.
fair.
Um,
Yeah.
Holden and Miller is such an interesting one, and I mean clearly the proto molecule agrees.
But then what will happen to Naomi? Well, Scantron 093 has the answer. Sam Rosenberg and Naomi as the ship, which I think
Mm.
that's just ship engineers. I do like it just because I like Sam, and any excuse to have more Sam in the story would be great. But I don't know about them two as a couple.
I will say we had it confirmed in either Leviathan Wakes or Caliban's War. I can't remember one of the initial books. It was implied to us that Sam is interested in women, so like that helps.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
Naomi seems to have dog shit taste in men, but um, that doesn't rule out having good taste in women. Um,
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Sam is like she's been such a background little recurring character throughout all three, I think, of these books, but she is just really fun. So yeah, like any excuse to get her on board.
You get the sense that James S.A. Corey enjoys writing Sam too, right? Like that's why she
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
popping up.
Yes. So like, it's like, oh, we need an engineer for the behemoth. Sam. It's gotta be
Yeah.
like
Gotta be Sam. Yeah.
yeah. I wanted to call out. Okay, Elderberry gave us a couple of answers as well. Um, they said the Rosie crew as a polycule, um, which like it's already. I just it seems so dangerous to have half of your crew in a relationship. I think going all in would be such a fucking mess that I'm kind of here for.
No, I agree. What a disaster that would be.
Like, yeah, as if four of you living together in a tin can for months at a time isn't already going to be temperamental enough. Adding romantic stuff to it. Like, yeah, it's bad enough two of them are doing it, getting all four involved, especially when one of them's Amos. Yeah.
Yeah. No, OK Elderberry had Ashford and himself, which was fantastic. I don't know exactly what they were thinking, but I'm picturing, in Spider-Man when what's his face who plays the Green Goblin? God, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
The Green
Willem Dafoe.
Goblin, Willem Dafoe. Thank you. When he's like interacting with the evil version of himself in the mirror, that's like what I'm imagining. Well, maybe it's like the Ashford's good self is trapped in the mirror, or his competent self, or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, that'd be fun.
No, see, that implies far too many brain cells in Ashford's brain for me to believe that he could like
Well,
have
no, but
conversations with
he's the
himself.
incompetent one. The incompetent one is the one that's living the
Yeah,
life. The
yeah,
the
okay,
competent one's trapped in the mirror and is very upset about it.
yeah. But OK Elderberry also had the answer that made me laugh the hardest, which was Melba and Ren.
That is unhinged.
It's just such a despicable answer. It's 10 out of 10. You're a horrible person, and I love you for it. Who else have we got here? Straight sync 3 or 4. Ashford and Bull.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Um,
Maybe I feel like Bull would take a lot of convincing to get into that
yeah, well,
relationship.
we're very much at the enemy stage of that enemies to lovers tale.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Sam and Bull, which I just like. I think it's just there's a sense of like anyone would be lucky to end up with Sam, so it's very easy to kind of ship Sam with anyone because it's like wow, it'd be so good for them.
Yeah.
Um,
True.
and like they also said Holden and Julie because why not?
That's an unhinged pick. But no, 40i2 had simulated Proto Miller and simulated Proto Julie, which I think is like, original Miller's infatuation with Julie was kind of creepy, but kind of filtering it through the lens of them both being kind of simulated proto-molecule people kind of, I guess, like balances out the creepiness of it with a different type of creepiness. I don't know exactly the formula, but I feel like it works.
Yeah, it actually it swings right around like creepiness is a circle and it swings so far around it becomes not creepy again.
Yeah.
It's like the Neil Breen of movies of relationships.
Yeah.
They also had Avasarala and Jules Pierre Mao.
Another classic enemies to lovers.
Yes. But like they 4002 pointed out, Avasarala was having a lot of fun talking to JP at the end of the last book, and that's where it all started.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and here's a fun one from Tommy B. Amos and Melba. Weird, weird kind of pick, but no, I liked it.
I just feel like sorry, we don't know much about Amos's backstory, but like he deserves better.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe redeemed Melba will be like really nice. You know what I mean? I could see that.
Okay, good. So in about 45 years,
And Amos, was unconscious or whatever for that whole Melba boards the ship and tries to kill them situation. So he's not going to have any he's not going to have any problems with it.
I don't know. Actually, he especially if we go back to the start of Leviathan Wakes, he's pretty attached to Naomi. So knowing she choked Naomi may actually be a problem for him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like Amos is my boy, and I just read this and I was like, how dare you?
Nah, I think it'd be fun. I'd want to see it just because I think it would be chaotic and unhinged.
You're gonna bring her over for Thanksgiving. Yeah. But anyway, that's I think all of the answers from the discussion questions. So thanks everyone for sending us your frankly unhinged relationship suggestions.
Yeah. But we do have a more hinged, let's say, discussion question this fortnight. We wanted to dive into this question that Anna and Cortez were kind of debating around I guess the core of the question is like, is humanity's innate search, desire to search and explore, like more dangerous than it's worth? I guess.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in this age of technology and climate change, it's a poignant question of like, do we have a tendency to go too far?
Yeah, yeah. So how do you distill that idea into a simple question, Elliot?
Yeah. Do you agree with Anna or Cortez about humanity reaching too far? Is it our strength or our weakness?
Yeah. So leave your answers to that question in the discussion thread, which you can find linked in the show notes down below.
Yes. Don't forget to check out our website as well, doofmedia.com. Again, I'm going to keep plugging it. Talk to Scott and Matt on another show on the Doof Network about The Mercy of Gods, the new James S.A. Corey novel.
Hmm.
And we need that to get lots of views or listens or whatever you call them, because that'll make it easier to convince them to do the sequel when that comes out next month.
Did they like it? What was the verdict?
Matt really liked it, which I mean, knowing Matt and Scott was a given.
Yeah.
I think Scott warmed up to it more after like talking it out, and I think honestly that's fair.
That
I
happens
like
a few times, doesn't it?
I like The Mercy of Gods, but it's like a slow burn book, and I think like rereading it made me like it a lot more. And so I think it took that conversation to really
Mm.
kind of have him see past how slow it can be for a lot of it.
Mm.
So I'm really
Interesting.
excited
Yeah.
to see the second one because hopefully the foundation is laid now. We can get running.
Yeah. Yeah. I look forward to hearing that discussion. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, as you said, if you want to hear more shows on the network, head to duffmedia.com. If you have been there, you've been to duffmedia.com, you've listened to every single audio file on that website, and you still want more, there's all kinds of bonus content you can get by becoming a patron if you go to patreon.com/duffmedia.
Yeah, and not just audio anymore. Matt just started his like choose your own
True.
adventure like little web serial thing, which I'm excited to follow.
A web
Um
serial in this day and age. Who's heard of such a thing? And on the Duff Media Network, I can't believe it. You know what I found out this week, Elliot? The Martian was originally a web serial.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I can modernize my references whenever I have to explain Wildbow stories to somebody. I don't have to start by explaining how Charles Dickens published his stories in the newspaper one at a time. I can be like, "Hey, you know The Martian?" Yeah,
See, I always went for the Sherlock Holmes one because I feel like that's cooler than Dickens. But
yeah, fair
anyway,
enough. No, yeah, but the
um,
story is like Andy Weir. He was publishing The Martian just on his blog, whatever WordPress blog or whatever, and
yeah.
his fans kept begging him to release a Kindle version, so he finally put it on Kindle on the Kindle e-store for 99 cents, which was the minimum price you could set, and it sold so much that publishers came
Well,
running
yeah.
to make it into a paper book.
So I guess my question is the part of the story it feels like you skipped over is that part where the fans were able to convince him to release the Kindle version.
Yeah, no, I know. And like a Kindle version was like what they wanted a Kindle version. Everyone wanted that. I don't understand. I mean, I love my Kindle, but it seems odd. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look, I understand as a diehard Expanse, generally James S. A. Corey fan. I'm used to having a mixed feelings towards the Amazon of it all because that's
Yeah,
what's really
sure.
kept the series afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so yes, head to patreon.com/doof media if you want to follow along with Matt's really cool new Choose Your Own Adventure. So the first choice was which of his three story ideas he went with.
Hmm.
And now he basically posts a chapter and there's a decision at the end and everyone gets to vote on what happens next. So check it out.
Yeah. And of course, if you want to keep reading these stories with us, well, you're in the right place. Our next episode will come out in a fortnight on the 30th of March. We'll be covering chapters 33 through to 39. So we'll see you then.
See ya.